Do you want to discover the secret of the cosmic tree of life, the source of all creation, and the ultimate goal of human existence? Do you want to learn how to cut through the roots of ignorance, attachment, and suffering with the sword of detachment and wisdom? Do you want to attain the supreme abode of the Lord, where there is no return to this world of duality and misery? If yes, then you need to read Bhagvad Geeta Adhyay 15, the chapter on the Purushottam Yog, or the Yoga of the Supreme Divine Personality. In this chapter, Lord Krishna reveals the nature of the eternal and imperishable self, the origin and dissolution of the material world, and the process of surrendering to the Supreme Lord, who is seated in the hearts of all living beings. The purpose of this report is to summarize and analyze the main teachings of the 15th chapter of the Bhagvad Geeta, also known as the Purushottam Yog, or the Yoga of the Supreme Person. This chapter deals with the metaphysical analogy of the cosmic tree of life, the nature and characteristics of the Supreme Person, and the means of attaining liberation from the cycle of birth and death. The cosmic tree of life is described as an inverted tree with its roots above and its branches below. The roots represent the Supreme Person, who is the source and sustainer of everything. The branches represent the various worlds and beings that are created by the three modes of material nature. The leaves are the Vedic scriptures that reveal the knowledge of this tree. The fruits are the results of the actions performed by the living beings. The tree is said to be eternal, but its form is not perceivable by the human senses. It can only be cut down by the weapon of detachment and renunciation. The Supreme Person is the ultimate goal and refuge of all seekers of truth. He is the origin, maintainer, and destroyer of all creation. He is the inner witness and controller of all living beings. He is the source of memory, intelligence, and forgetfulness. He is the essence of the Vedas, the author of the Vedanta, and the knower of the meaning of the Vedas. He is beyond the influence of the modes of nature and the bondage of karma. He is the supreme enjoyer and the supreme friend of all. The way to attain the Supreme Person is to develop a pure and steady devotion to him. One has to free oneself from the illusions of egoism, attachment, and desire. One has to transcend the dualities of happiness and distress, honor and dishonor, heat and cold, etc. One has to realize one's true identity as the eternal spirit soul, part and parcel of the Supreme Person. One has to surrender one's mind, intellect, and will to the Supreme Person, and follow his instructions as given in the Bhagvad Geeta and other scriptures. The benefits of attaining the Supreme Person are manifold. One attains the highest peace, bliss, and knowledge. One becomes free from the cycle of birth and death and the miseries of material existence. One attains the eternal abode of the Supreme Person, where there is no need of sun, moon, or fire for illumination. One becomes a companion of the Supreme Person and participates in his divine pastimes. This report has presented a brief overview of the Bhagavad Geeta chapter 15, which is one of the most important and profound chapters of the sacred text. The report has highlighted the main themes, concepts, and teachings of the chapter, as well as the practical implications and applications for the seekers of spiritual realization. The report has also provided some references for further reading and study. The report concludes with the following verse from the chapter, which summarizes its essence. Sarvasya chaham hridi sanivishto matta smritir jananam apohanam chavedayish cha sarver ahameva vedyo vedanta krit veda videha chaham. I am seated in the hearts of all living beings, and from me come memory, knowledge, as well as forgetfulness. I alone am to be known by all the Vedas, am the author of the Vedanta, and the knower of the meaning of the Vedas. Bhagavad Geeta Adhyay 15 is not just a book, it is a guide to liberation and bliss. It is a treasure of spiritual knowledge and wisdom that can transform your life and elevate your consciousness. It is a gift from the Lord himself, who is the author of the Vedas, the knower of the Vedas, and the essence of the Vedas. Don't miss this opportunity to get your copy of Bhagavad Geeta Adhyay 15 today, and embark on the journey of self-realization and God-realization. Order now, and get a special discount of 15% on this priceless gem of literature. Hurry, offer valid till stocks last.